What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode in the road to 100 million gold. So in this one, I thought I'd just show you a little bit of my my progress in terms of material preparations for 9.2. I've started prepping for that, as I talked about last week. So I thought I'd show you where I'm at right now and what my approach is essentially to preparing for 9.2. What my general thoughts are. So we'll take a look at that, and then we'll take a look at the cells on Draenor and the overall numbers. So let's dive in. Okay, so here we are on my Death Knight, and he's my blacksmith jewel crafter that I'll be doing those legendaries on. And if we hover over the shadow gas ingots here, you can tell that I have currently about 39,000 of these. That's one of the materials I'm definitely prepping a lot of, because of blacksmithing legendaries have been really good in 9.0, and I think they're going to be very strong in 9.2. And of course these are also needed for the jewel crafting legendaries, so we do need quite a few of these. Quite a few. So that's why I'm doing that. We also have some, not that many, but some enchanted lithium bars. I'm only up to about 7,000, which is actually quite a lot too little compared to the shadow gas ingots. If we're assuming that we'll be crafting blacksmithing items with these ingots, then we need about one enchanted lithium bar for every 2 shadow gas ingots. And of course, some ingots are going to be used for jewel crafting, which means that the overall ratio probably something like 2.5 shadow gas ingots per 1 enchanted lithium bar. So I definitely need to craft a lot more lithium bars. So that's it. Obviously, I'm also crafting a lot of the other enchanted materials, and I have the math. It's going to be up on the screen right now. About what the ratio you need these items in. So the way I'm doing this ratio is I'm essentially just assuming that we'll craft roughly the same amount of every type of legendary, every material type, and I will be crafting the most expensive parts of the head, chest, legs part, and then we'll, since you need the least amount of heavy callus hides and then the most amount of shadow gas ingots, then we can just relate how many shadow gas ingots, how many lithium bars, how many enchanted lightless silk you need per enchanted heavy callus hide. So the numbers then are, you need about 6.5 shadow gas ingots per enchanted heavy callus hide. You need about 4 lithium bars per heavy callus hide, the enchanted version, and then you need 2.5, no, that was lightless silk. You need 4 enchanted lightless silk, and then you need 2.5 enchanted lithium bars per enchanted heavy callus hide. And that will give you enough to craft equal quantities of max strength legendaries. Of course, the ratio of classes isn't perfect, so I'm not going to go like on the dot, but that's roughly like the quantities I'll focus on. That's roughly the ratio I'll craft these in. So you can see that on the screen as well, and that's what you need, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. Now for the quantities, I'm planning to have enough to craft at least 200 legendaries with every profession that can craft legendaries. So that would mean at least 200 leatherworking legendaries, at least 200 blacksmithing legendaries, at least 200 jewel crafting legendaries, at least 200 tailoring legendaries. I might go higher, but we'll take a look at how many materials 200 are, or 200 legendaries would require. And 200 of each, that would be 16,000 enchanted lightless silk, 10,000 lithium bars, and 4,000 heavy callus hides, and then 26,000 shadow gas ingots. We're already ahead of schedule here, so we might go a little bit higher than that even. We'll see. Either way, I'm pretty well on the way. More than halfway to 200 rank 4 base items for most materials, which is pretty great because I'm expecting a lot of sales in 9.2. So yeah, that's the prep. Hopefully this will useful, and let's take a look at our sales for this week. All right, here we are on Draenor. So let's see. This week we have 887k. I actually collected sales another day as well, so I do have a couple, 128,000, which means that we just beat 1 million in sales for this week. So as you can see, there are some highlights here. I finally crafted legendaries again for the first time in quite a while. I was out of most rank 6s, And as you can see, it definitely paid off. We brought in a ton of sales after not really having many. I was out, of almost every rank 6. Quartzite crystals are still extremely expensive. Not sure if all of these are super profitable, but we are definitely making sales at least, so that's nice. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I'll say, all things considered. Not much else to say. We just hit 1 million, and I spent a good chunk on restocking this week for sure. So it's very interesting to see how much my total gold has moved. I'm guessing I'm down quite a bit, but let's take a look at the overall numbers and we'll get the lowdown. All right, so here we are looking at the overall numbers, and as I expected, well, it's a humongous loss on Draenor this week. Humongous. I've spent so much gold on Draenor this week. Obviously, this is a mix of stuff investing for 9.2 and the fact that I restocked a bunch of rank 6 legendaries, which means I spent a lot of gold on quartzite crystals as well. So we pulled in 1 million in sales, pretty much the same as last week, which is pretty good. But we still managed to decrease my liquid gold by 1.6 mil. So I spent 2.6 million gold on materials this week. Definitely going to be a couple of more lean weeks, but we're still above 50 million at least, so that's nice. On my other realms, as you can see, I brought in about 500k. Definitely seeing some good sales across the board from buying battle pets. I was seeing a lot more battle pets overall. So that's nice. On Darkmoon Fair, we sold a Cuddly for 140k, which was the big one. And then outside of that, it's as usual, mostly battle pets in the 3 to 15,000 gold range. And we sold a nice number of them. Very nice number of them in total this week. The only other thing that stood out to me is that I really need to invest some of this gold on Twisting Nether. If I want to grow here, definitely want to bring this down to as close as 0 as possible, essentially, to have more materials for sale. And yeah, this was a pretty good week. Definitely invested a lot of gold, though, a lot of it. But my material stockpile is growing. I probably have enough for something like 100 of each of a max rank, the most expensive max rank legendary for each type, each type of materials, and so I'm pretty happy there. Just need to even out my material distribution a little bit and decide how much higher I want to go. I've seen people do absolutely huge volumes. I'm going to take a little bit of a look on my 9.1 sales volumes to get an idea of how many I think I'll sell. But definitely in a good position for 9.2 and doing well overall right now. So yeah, that's going to be it for this week's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the time with me and you're enjoying following along this series. If you are, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.